Where you at, Berto?
So at 28, let's say I wanted to take you out. How much do you expect me to spend on a first date?
Let's gamble, and if she's a good girl, she's gonna say 200 plus, and if she's a respectable woman, she's gonna say it doesn't really matter, just something nice and thoughtful. Let's see what she
Depends
says.
where we're going.
What's your expectation though?
I don't really have any.
So I could hit you up and say, hey, let's go to Burger King and get slushy?
No. I mean,
Burger King's a little bit disrespectful though. You know what I'm saying? That just gives off like I don't give a fuck. But just be thoughtful. I'm not mad at a girl saying you can't do Burger King on me. It's like, okay, you're not even taking me serious.
at least like, you know, nice 5-star type.
Ooh, 5-star. Okay, never mind. She wants you to spend that bag. She's not one of the ones, brother. I'm not gonna say that she's a terrible girl, but she got some expensive taste, you dig? And I feel like first date, I already told y'all, 200 plus is crazy. 200's like you going too dumb, but if it ain't tricking if you got it. First date, I don't need to be breaking the bank on you. I'm trying to see if we even vibe.
Restaurant, and then depending on how it goes, depending how I like you, and that all kind of goes with me even saying yes for a first actual date. So that takes a toll.
Okay. So 5-star restaurant in Miami, how much is that gonna range?
Depends how many drinks you'll be ordering.
Average.
300. We talking 300-400. Ugh.
Anywhere from 300 to 800 maybe. Jumpstart.
So you want me to spend 800 on the first date, bitch? Nah, I'm sorry. Hate to call you out your name, baby. I take that back. I'm trying to be better about my cursing. But on some real shit, you got me all the way up. 800 on the first date? I ain't even trying to do 800 on the 10th. Got me hooked up.
Yeah.
So realistically, you expect a man to spend $800 on a first date?
Please tell me you're kidding.
Yeah.
Has it happened before?
Yeah.
No. Why do you think he spent that much?
I mean, if they have it, it shouldn't be an issue.
How much does a man have to make to date you?
How much does he have to what?
Make to date you?
How much he has to make? I mean, first of all, he gotta be rich as fuck like Elon Musk. Like
How
Like
much?
Elon Musk? Elon Musk is the richest nigga in the world. Damn! Everybody gotta be the richest nigga in the world?
like Elon Musk.
You think a guy who's rich like Elon Musk is going for you though?
Elon Musk would eat this pussy all night. You know, 80 years old or 8 years old, he wanna eat this pussy. It's like, nah.
What makes you think he'd be interested in you?
Did she just say 8-year-olds want to eat her shit? Oh, nah, this girl need to go to jail. Don't date women like this, brother. Even if she joking. Dangerous. You gonna end up in prison.
What makes you think he'd be interested in me? I mean, first
Why is she pulling up her
of all, I'm
skirt?
so sexy. You know, like, I'm very natural. Like, I ain't no, like, you know, hood bitch. Ain't no street bitch. Ain't no airplane bitch. Ain't no one-of-a-kind bitch. You know what I mean?
Why are you saying bitch like that? This bitch got a fucking mental disorder? Why? She's not even saying bitch correctly. She's saying bash. What the hell is that? And she's pulling up her skirt. Y'all seen that, ain't it?
Like, I ain't like that.
So what kind of girl are you then?
What kind of girl am I? Like,
Yeah.
I'm super fun. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so adventurous. I'm just kidding. I'm really just a bad bitch. I don't give a fuck about nobody.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck. You know what? Every time I meet somebody, they die.
What?
Everybody died though.
Not take the heat. And that's point blank.
Yeah, cause your shit hot. Your shit is burning. The cooch is burning. That's why she was trying to fan her shit. I'm gonna show y'all. She was trying to fan her shit, y'all. She was pulling it up to get some air under because it
80
was
years old or
hot. Look, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. If it takes too long, I'm gonna just let it rock. That bitch was trying to fan the cooch because it is hot down there. Straight talking about every nigga that fuck with her dies. That's what she said. That's what she said.
Well, am I? Like, so adventurous. I'm just kidding. I'm really just a bad bitch and I don't give a fuck about nobody.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck. You know what? Every time I meet somebody, they die.
Hey yo, she's for the. I need to have a sound bite like that. Just go. She's for the streets.
Say it.
Because my goal in the future
Dream career without a family, or have a family but no career.
is family but no career. That's easy.
Now, why didn't you even hesitate?
Because my goal in the future is always I want to have a family. Of course, I'd want to be able to provide for them independently if things always went south with my partner. But when I get married, I hope it's just one time, and that's the expectation. And I'd give up a job if it meant that I could stay with my kids longer or be with my partner more often.
But why don't you value your career as much as you do the family?
I do value my career, but I think that family is always going to be with you forever. Your job, especially in nursing, you're always replaceable. Family isn't. So at that point, you just really have to weigh your, what you're willing to risk. And for me, I'm not willing to risk my family.
So why do you think so many women in 2023 are preaching this boss babe attitude?
That's some culture. It's a very good question. I just talked about this the other day. It's the times right now. I think women more than ever now really want to show independence, and they want to prove that they can get ahead in the world just like men. It's also, I wouldn't say, told me not to say anything bad, so I'm like trying to think my words. We are used to being seen as, objects for the most part sometimes, depending on where you live, at least here in Miami.
Sexual objects?
At times. That being said, women are coming into an era where anything I can do with you, I can do on my own as well. And more than ever now, you see women just going ahead and driving through in every aspect of life. Like, they are looking to go ahead and break ceilings.
Do you think most men want their woman to be all provocative on their Instagram or be more modest?
I would say the typical guy answer is they want us to be more modest.
Why?
Me personally, I don't like them to be provocative, like you straight up bending over twerking, but I don't mind my girl being sexy. Like, it makes me happy looking at my girl and she look good. So I'm not gonna, but there's a fine line between beautiful and sexy and you just fucking being a fucking whore. Haram. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's a fine line. And there's a respectable way to be like, I'm sexy. So that's me personally as a guy, though.
That's not a typical guy answer.
Because I feel like guys get protective over that. And they get, I don't want to say it, but they get insecure.
Insecure?
Yeah, when girls post that because there's other guys that can see photos like that.
You don't think that's just saying, hey, I'm still on the market, look at my ass?
Yeah.
I think girls can do that for themselves. If they feel good, then and they look good and they like how they look, then I think they can feel free to do whatever they want.
There's a line though. When you bending over, hand over cooch, like what? That's crazy. But just a nice pose and I can see the shape. I'm not mad at that. That can look good. But you bent over, hand over cooch, Ice Spice on them? You see how Ice Spice be doing it? Hell nah. My hoe can't post that. That's crazy.
Whatever they want.
Well, most of the time they do it because of the likes and the attention that they get, not
The
for themselves.
validation.
Well, I think that a girl can do whatever they want. So
Really? What do you do? Let's see your Instagram.
That's valid. That's fair. But do you think that hurts her in the long run? Like, what do you think a man thinks when he sees that? Does he think wifey? Or does he think, God damn, this girl's for everybody?
I don't know. I really don't know. I would say.
What do you do personally?
Honestly, I think that I feel like guys don't pay attention to that stuff.
When do you want your woman to dress provocatively as opposed to modestly?
If she's with me, I don't give a shit how she dresses, to be honest with you. I mean, as long as I'm with her. Now, if she by herself or the homegirls, I'm be like, that shit ain't gonna work for me.
So if she was all with you, and I could see that her nipples were pierced, that wouldn't bother you?
I mean, people could look all day long. Hey, bro, hey, come on, man. Come on, bro.
You could look all day?
You could look all day long, but again, see, guys, that's how you handle shit, all right? You don't be a little bitch about it.
So, what gave you that confidence to say, hey, like, damn, I don't care if anybody can see what she looks like. Like, you don't think that she should just reserve that for yourself?
See,
I mean,
this guy's kind of like me. Like, I don't mind my girl popping out being sexy, especially if I'm there. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at it. Now, there is lines. Like, I'm not saying I want my girl to be fucking, I don't know. I've seen some crazy outfits that girls have put on, and it's like, okay, you doing way too much. I don't know who that's for, but it's not fucking me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not mad at nipple piercings. I'm not mad at just a woman being in her feminine nature, especially if she's around her nigga and, you know, feeling confident and wanting to look good. Because I know for me personally, even if I'm in a relationship, I'm still gonna put my best shit on, and objectively for myself, but also because I want everybody to be like, yo, that's a good looking nigga. So I don't necessarily think it's a terrible thought process when a woman also wants people around her to be like, that's a good looking girl. But again, there's a fine line to where it's like, okay, bro, you're walking around naked. Like, come on, like again, there's lines. Sometimes them lines get a little bit blurry, but I'm say it again, I'm not mad at a woman being in her sexy feminine nature.
Realistically, man, it is almost impossible in modern day to tell a woman what to do.
That's not necessarily true either. I think it's, yeah, you might not be telling them what to do, but if they respect you, they'll fall in line though.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is really tough to tell a woman, hey, I don't like this shit. If you do this shit, you know, I'm gonna kick you to the curb. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you can do that though. If you the right nigga and you bringing the right value to the table, you 100% can do that. Don't think you can't do that. And don't lower your standards either. Like, I'm saying what I'm saying, but you don't have to live by my standards, my nigga. You can have your own standards. And if your girl don't want to bend to your standards and you are respecting her, I'm not talking about no toxic, you know, controlling ass nigga, but you are a good dude. You are a good dude and you bring good values to the table, and she don't want to conform and sacrifice to be in that relationship with you, hey, yeah, kick her to the curb, my nigga. I promise you, somebody will fall in line for you if you a good dude bringing good shit to the table.
Nowadays, a woman will be like, oh, you're controlling. She'll go tell her homegirls will come back and be like, oh, he's abusive mentally, blah, blah, blah. And then you just want to even deal with that bullshit. But now if she out with you, you got to make it a happy compromise. You know what I'm saying? You got to say, hey, look, baby, you can dress the way you want to when you with me, when you're with your homegirls or whatever. I ain't gonna fly with that shit. It's the way it is.
What's harder?
I'm not mad at that though. I'm not mad at what he said, but again, we could agree to disagree on certain shit.
A man trying to impress a woman, or a woman trying to impress a man?
What's harder?
Yeah.
I think maybe a man trying to impress a woman.
For sure.
Because women are kind of crazy, no?
Why you say that?
Because they have high standards and they're like, I want this, I want that. Don't speak to me, you're wearing these shoes. And yeah, I feel like men are very easygoing people. They're like, oh, she's beautiful, let's go for her. But women are like, no, look at his shoes. Oh, no.
So why are women so picky?
I'm not like that, but women they're crazy, really. They're fucking, especially in Ireland, they're crazy. I don't know why they're like this. Really.
But do you think they're crazy in Ireland or in America?
Oh, everywhere. I've only been here 2 weeks, but I can imagine they're crazier here. I don't know why.
I mean, in Miami, it is literally all luxury, sports cars everywhere.
The women here are stunning. They really are stunning. Like, if these women went to Ireland, they'd be like, what the fuck are these people wearing?
But do you think that most American men would want to go for the American woman or foreign woman like you?
I think a foreign woman. Because people want what they don't have. So like in Ireland, we don't have people like you. So when I see people like you, I'm like, shit, man.
Wait.
Oh, she shooting a shot? What's going on right there,
like,
man?
people like me who are.
We don't have
Oh, black people?
not black people, but yeah, colored people, Mexican people. We don't have Mexican people. We don't have Filipino. We don't have. We have Indian, but not too much. So when we see them here and they dress amazing and they look, it's like wow. It's like you want what you can have, no?
So do you want dark chocolate?
Dark chocolate is my favorite, especially when it's 85%.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 100% dark chocolate.
Shit, man! That's maybe too bitter for me. But 85% I can do.
Should you have any say in the friends that your girlfriend keeps around her?
No, I don't have a say.
If that bitch toxic, get away from my girl, please. Cause you poisoning my relationship. I'm straight off them toxic hoes.
I trust that she'll make the right decision based on what she knows about me.
Yeah,
She knows what I'm comfortable with.
Yeah, this nigga's getting done in dirt. I don't wish that on you, brother. I'm joking, but hey, I will say sometimes some niggas, you know, they say it looks like a duck, quack like a duck. It might be a duck, bruh.
What I'm not comfortable with. But she's a smart girl, and I feel like she understands boundaries that I have.
Now, what if you could tell that they're probably playing a bad influence on her?
Can I tell, or what if I can?
No, you can.
If I can?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll voice it to her. I'll be like, oh, your friend's a hoe. You know, I'll slip in like little like, you know, but I won't get on her about it. Because at the end.
Hell no, I'm getting on. Hey, no, you are who you hang around. Fuck that. These are the sacrifices that come with relationships, though. And again, it's only going to work if she deems the value of her relationship higher than hanging out with her friends. It just is what it is. I don't necessarily think there's a right or a wrong. If that girl values her friendship more than the relationship, it just is what it is. Them friends are more valuable to her. And she may be wrong about that. And she will potentially find out the consequences of making that decision. So it's not necessarily right or wrong. We've all made mistakes in life. I know I have. I know I've picked the wrong decision when I'm, put in the crossroads. But hell no. I'm definitely clocking that. Hey, yo, I don't like how your friends are acting. And I'm breaking it down. You think this makes sense? You think these patterns make sense? You think this you look at the trajectory they're on. Your friends, however age, got however many baby daddies out doing the same thing, clubbing, partying, living for the weekend, can barely make ends meet, but they're always spending their money on having a good time. Always chasing the bag for the rich nigga, getting fucked left and right, but never able to keep a nigga though. That's what your friends are doing. That's what you like? That's what you want to do? Okay. Okay, go ahead. That's how I'm coming. Fuck, you got me fucked up though.
At the end of the day, I don't control who she can be friends with. You know what I mean? She's her own person. She's free to do whatever she wants. I'm not going to be that helicopter boyfriend that's like,
I don't want you hanging out with this person. I don't want you hanging out with that person.
That's not me.
Do you feel the same way about her having guy friends?
That's different. I personally don't believe in platonic friendships between women and men. I think there's always going to be attraction on one end. I've been in relationships before where I've been told, don't worry about him, blah, blah, blah. He's just a friend. He's my cousin, even. Come to find out, I was either cheated on or they've been talking to him, or they go ahead and fuck them when we're done. So I personally don't believe in women and guy relationships. Respectfully.
How much would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
How would I rate myself? I would rate myself like a $3 million, like, if it was 1 to 10, like, put me on, like, you know that show where, like, they be pointing out the letters, you gotta make the words? You know that show?
Not really, no.
That show is so old, where the white lady walking across the stage.
Oh, you mean Wheel of Fortune?
Mix, right?
Wheel of Fortune?
My uncle is black. You should know that? You're black. Where you from? You from Mississippi?
I'm from Jamaica.
You were born in Jamaica?
Born and raised, yeah.
So where you live out in Miami?
I don't live here.
I'm not foreign. You know what I mean? Like.
But tell me something, though. Tell me something, right? So you think when a man looks at you, he's gonna think, damn, she's a 10 out of 10? She's a 3 million?
He thinks like, damn, I need to fuck this bitch. Like, just like that. I need to hump her ass. That's what everybody think about me.
what the like? What type of demon is this? Like, this is mental illness on a different level. Let's just give her the benefit of the doubt and say that she is attractive, right? But just to walk around and be saying this, yeah, I want every guy thinks about having sex with me. Every guy thinks about humping my ass. Yeah. What? Like, are you actually human? It is actually crazy to think that this is a human being walking around talking and thinking like this in 4K out in the public. Like, you're doing this in public. Like, it's one thing to think and act like this in your head, but you know it's kind of like crazy, so I'm not going to let it out. No, she's doing this with the camera recording, dead ass serious. Bro. Man, it's crazy. She walks this earth with us, brother.
Man doesn't have to think you're a 10 out of 10 to want to sleep with you.
I mean, like, you'd be surprised. Like, I have anybody fuck me, like, you know.
I have anybody. What the fuck?
I have a lot of people just buy me stuff. They don't even want to fuck. They just want to look at me. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like that sometimes.
So do you think that makes you an object of just, sex, or is it something else?
No, it's not an object. Like, like, sometimes you just got to be like, you're a woman, you need that pussy stretch and that pussy pop. You know what I mean? Like, you need that pussy pop. Sometimes you need that pussy pop.
At 27, when do you think a man should start making 100K?
It all depends on what his career is, where he's at in life.
Did you say when he should start making 100K? I don't think there's a specific income like expectation just based on your age. I think it just.
That's fair. I think that's the right answer. Hey, if you are making a lot of money young, dope. But don't put that pressure on yourself to say that you have to do X, Y, and Z by any age, bro. I'm telling you, there are people in this world that are making great money and living great lives and supporting their family that aren't fucking making 100K, bro. That is the top percent. And hey, if that's a goal of yours, keep striving, keep going, go get it. But don't let nobody make you feel insecure or less than because you haven't made X amount of money by a certain age. Because my nigga, it is the first time in human history where young people are touching this type of money, which is dope. I'm grateful to be a part of this generation that has access to the internet and, can be very entrepreneurial and make money at a young age. But that don't mean it's easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. You know what I'm saying? There's multi-millionaires out here that didn't make their first million till fucking 50, 60 plus, my nigga. I see a bunch of rich motherfuckers, old niggas riding in Lambos. You know what I'm saying? Don't let this internet shit fool you, bro. That's a good answer. Fuck them. Fuck anybody trying to make you feel less than because you don't make 100K at fucking 18, nigga. That is not normal. It is not easy to do that. And if you got it, dope. Keep going. Keep striving. And if you have a goal to do that, go get it. Go get it. But don't let nobody, downplay your hustle though.
This has to do with how far you've gotten into your job and how much work you're willing into putting, seeing that job come to fruition. But I don't date and compare age to income expectation.
But surely you're not expecting your man at 55 to still be pulling in $45,000 working as a manager at Walmart.
No, I mean, I'm a nurse, so I usually date people who either are in my same income bracket or usually working within the same field.
And that's fair. That is 100% fair. Hey, I'm not expecting you to be a multimillionaire, but I at least expect you to be somewhat in the ballpark of what I'm doing. So when we come together, we can make this work together. I'm not mad at that. Where it gets weird is when women that literally make $0, they still live with their parents and they come to you talk about you need to be a millionaire, like that other white girl, that the girl in the white dress. He needs to be Elon Musk. What? Show me $10,000 in your bank account. Maybe she can. She probably does fucking OnlyFans or some shit. Jesus Christ.
So we have same expectations based on hours, days we work, things like that. But I don't know. What would you say?
It depends on the person. What some women are willing to put up with, other women are not willing to put up with.
So it's better for you as a nurse to date somebody who's around the same level as you financially?
Yeah, I think in my last relationship, I did a lot of the supporting, which I wouldn't mind doing that again in my next relationship. If my partner was in a rut, of course, I would always want to have their back, but I would expect us to be around the same income level, have the same expectations.
Me personally, I've always said, like, my goal as a man is to be the provider. Like, if I could tell my girl, hey, you don't got to do nothing, I'll take care of everything. Beautiful. That is my ideal situation. But I do not want to be with a woman that's not willing to step up to the plate. Because if you guys know anything about chess, the most versatile piece on the board is the queen. So when the king is down bad and the king is in a rut, the queen got to be able to step up to the plate to help protect the kingdom, help keep the king going, allow the king to lick his wounds and, you know, come back and dominate shit. It's a team effort. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be with no woman that's not willing to step up to the plate. Again, my goal and my philosophy as a man is to be the nigga that's holding it down, the nigga that you can depend on for everything. But I gotta be able to depend on you too. I can't depend on you for shit. Nothing. You can't do nothing. You can't bring nothing to the table. Nah, that's lame.
The same perseverance for our job in the future.
Okay. Now, do you think that men have the same financial expectation for women to bring at least the same amount? Or will a man just take any chick?
Depends on the man, but to be honest, and you could probably answer that, I don't think so.
Why not?
I think it just depends on the guy and how they were raised and what they expect and what they're willing to do for themselves and their future partner. I think every relationship has different expectations and different goals, and if somebody wants a traditional relationship versus a non-traditional, that's just up to them.
Do you think a man should have any say in what friends his girl keeps around?
I would say only to, like, it depends. I think only to a point where if it's like affecting their relationship, maybe, yeah.
Okay. So give me an example of how it might affect it.
I don't know, I guess just like, I mean, I guess like if a friend's, like one of my friends, they are like kind of just tearing me and my boyfriend apart, or like they don't want us together and they're kind of like pushing that to happen, I would say definitely have a talk with both of those people that are like involved, and if that affects the relationship, then as long as you guys are on the same page, I would say they have a say on who your friends can be.
But do you think that most women tend to turn a blind eye and think that their friend is right over the boyfriend, or?
For sure. I definitely think that girls trust their friends way more than their boyfriends.
So why is that even a thing? Because, I mean, you're more intimate with the man.
I'll say, man, you know, I get it. When you really objectively think about it, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. You're a girl. You've had these friends for years. You tell them your secrets. You know, you might really have been ride or die with your friends, right? But very similar to when the father, the man that has been in your life, the one that you look up to, and he is the one, like he is the man in your life, your father. It's very symbolic on wedding day when you guys are walking down the aisle, he hands off the man. He hands off his daughter to you, the man. That might have only been in this woman's life the past couple of years. So on one hand, does the father's fatherhood trump the man that she's about to marry? It doesn't necessarily trump it. She doesn't forget. She doesn't now stop, looking to her father for guidance. But that man is now the man in your life. He is the man that you are supposed to be like building your family with. Be your confidant, your partner in crime. You know what I'm saying? So I understand where it's a slippery slope. That's obviously, we're talking about marriage, but let's bring it back down to like you're just dating and you really like this guy. I'm going to give you, the woman, the benefit of the doubt. We talk a lot about the guy vetting the woman, but the woman has to vet the guy too. Like, I trust this guy. He's a hardworking man. He's an honest man. He's a loyal man. He's a confident man. He's a nourishing man. We talk a lot about woman nourishment, but men have to be nourishing to a degree as well, right? and you have a friend that is pretty much becoming friction for your future. Because when it's all said and done, that potentially, if we're on the same page of what a lot of our end goal is, starting families, raising kids, that nigga, regardless of if he's only been in your life 1 or 2 years, you gotta start to prioritize that. That's a priority over your friend, regardless. So, again, I think friends can be cool because maybe you have some great friends that really have your best of intentions, and they're looking at you like, yo, I'm seeing some red flags that I don't think you're seeing. But you also have to be disciplined and emotionally intelligent enough to kind of read the room. Like, hold up, you might be the problem. You are blocking my blessings. Me and my man are good. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of where my head's at now. And another big thing that kind of just will eliminate that is, I feel like women need to just stop overly venting to their friends about their relationship. Because one thing that I think a lot of y'all don't take into consideration is, you be having the best relationship with your nigga, but every time you have like a bad situation going on with your nigga, that's typically what you go and vent to your friends about. You don't really be venting about all the amazing days that you're having. You really go vent about all the bad times. And from the friend's POV, every time now you bringing me up, it seems like it's a bad time. It seems like it's a bad time again. It seems like it's a bad time again. It's like now the friend is starting to paint a picture like, yo, you always complaining about your nigga. But the reality is, the friend is not getting to experience all the positive times that y'all have too. That's really just between y'all. So it puts the friend in this place where, like, yeah, objectively speaking, she thinks, yo, this nigga ain't no good for you. But all she has is the perspective that you've been giving her. She don't have the positive perspective. Only you have the positive perspective because you actually live in that relationship day to day with that nigga. So it's like, honestly, it's one of those things where, again, I think there are situations, if you just know for a fact you have such a solid, friend group where, you could be a little bit more transparent. But just in general, I wouldn't even really be venting deep relationship shit to my friend regardless, because now it starts painting pictures in your head. You'll be surprised how bad people that you say you trust can influence you to kind of hate your partner, bro. Real shit, real spill.
Wait, say that one more time?
I said, why is that even a thing? Because you're more intimate with a man.
Usually it's the girls have been rocking with each other since day one. Like, that's their sister. Like, I would trust my girl over my boyfriend, not gonna lie.
What's harder? A man trying to impress a woman or a woman trying to impress a man?
Ooh.
That's easy, bro.
That is a tough one.
It's really not.
I'm a high value man. I make over 6 figures. I have all my shit together. I've been all over the world. I've done all sorts of shit. I've done shit more dudes on this show probably I've never been done before. So I'll tell you, for me, it takes a lot for a woman to impress me. Like, I have a bunch of women in my DMs. I have a bunch of women trying to talk to me on a daily basis. I run around here outside, women eyes bulging out of the skulls and shit. For a woman to impress me, it takes a lot. But on the flip side, for like an average dude, for them to impress a woman, and I'm not gonna say, like, when I was younger, I did try to lead with my wallet. And that's the worst fucking thing you could do. Don't lead with your fucking wallet, gentlemen. It's fucking all bad from there, and that woman automatically thinks of you as a douchebag. So I wouldn't do that per se.
But do you think it's easier for you to get puss as opposed to her getting D?
I mean, speaking for myself, I can get a lot of puss, but I can't get the high value puss necessarily. That's what I'm trying to get at.
So as a high value man, what does high value puss look like to you then?
I'm looking. I don't see none out here right now. Yeah, these are all like 4s.
So it's all about looks when it comes on to high value women?
Yeah, so let's just be honest about it, right? A man's value is determined on his success, right? Not only that, but nowadays women look at success. They look at how the man looks, how he takes care of himself, what he's got going on for himself. With women, it is about how they look. That's 50%.
What he's saying is not necessarily wrong, but I feel like he has a very shallow undertone with it as well. Like, he said everything that is true, but I also feel like the shallowness is also leading rather than the more genuine aspects that he should also be looking for. Yes, women do it to themselves. Yeah, like, it is true. Like, they place a lot of value on how they look. I mean, shit, men should be placing more value on how they look. You know what I'm saying? I say that all the time in my videos. How you look is how people read you. You know, they say don't judge a book by its cover, but my nigga, if I'm walking down the street and I just look at you, I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't know what business you got. I don't know how you wake up in the morning and, you know, do all this shit. I'm just going to judge you off of how you look. So looks are important. It is very realistically one of the first things that you're going to see and judge somebody off of. But, you know, I don't know if I'd put that at 50%. I feel like I'd put it at 50% for initial interaction. You know, but as soon as we get to talking and starting to get to know each other, you know, it will quickly drop down to like 10%. Because I'm telling you, I've spoken to some beautiful women, but it's like talking to a fucking wall. It's like, oh my God, like, you're not stimulating me mentally. I can't even hold a fucking conversation with you. Literally. So it's like, that shit don't be worth it.
Of it. That's why you have all these lingerie, you have all this makeup shit. That's why women get BBLs. At the end of the day, if we're blunt about it, women care about how they look. And we care about how they look. That's why they try to dress nice for us. They don't dress nice for their homegirls. They dress nice for us to try to get attention. So yeah, at the end of the day, women do care about how they look. We care about how they look. That's half their value. The other 25% of that value would be necessarily like what they got going on mentally. For me, being a 35-year-old man, I try to talk to them and see like what kind of knowledge they have going on. And I don't like all the fake shit either. Like, so like you guys shit like that. And I'm not necessarily a fan of that per se.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
How tall do you want your man to be?
I don't have a height. That doesn't bother me. I don't know. Maybe I'm too easygoing. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't care for their height.
You think that has to do with the fact that you grew up in Ireland?
Maybe, but I know a lot of Irish people, they're like, oh, I need a guy that goes to the gym, that has dark, handsome, tall. But I'm not like that. I don't know why.
How you feel about sex on the first night?
Sex on the first night is great. It means that connection was so pure and like.
We knew she was gonna say that. Again, I'm not necessarily mad at sex on the first night either. If y'all really had such a great connection and the vibe was hitting, it happens sometimes. Sometimes that's really how the dice roll. But if we do call a spade, like, as a man, I'm not gonna write your value off. I'm not gonna say you're a hoe if you give me puss on the first night. I'm not gonna do that. But if we're being objectively honest, if you make me wait, instinctually, I do put more respect on you. Now, again, like I said, me personally, I'm not going to write you off like, oh, she's a hoe. Because when I'm talking to women and we get to that point and I'm actually thinking about pursuing you like long term and it's not just like a slice and dice situation, I'm already putting in the work and vetting you and reading your, like, and really trying to see where your head is at way before I even put myself in a position to potentially have relations with you. So, you know, my prep up to that first night does a lot, because very rarely for me personally do I like get a girl's number and then I just go out on a date with them instantly. Like, I try to build some type of communication, a line of communication, at least 2 to 3 days, sometimes even up to a week, where I'm really, and that's if I'm taking them seriously, because I don't want to get on the first date and then it's just like, you're brain dead, I'm not even into you. It's like, I initially was attracted to you, so that's why we even started talking, but it's like there's nothing there, so we just hit it, quit it, and it's over with, because I genuinely don't want to keep talking to you anymore because you're fucking brain dead. like this girl right here. It's like she's objectively attractive. I'd even go as far to say she's my type, like, or one of my types. But it's like just hearing her speak is it's like, what the fuck? I wouldn't even want to hit you. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me though.
Like it was so like meant to be, and like it actually means that like everything that you've been going through is absolutely okay.
So why
fuck does she talk like that? That's just pissing me off.
aren't you with any of the guys you slept with on the first night?
What are you trying to say?
Exactly what I asked.
What do you mean?
I mean, obviously you're an advocate for it, right?
An advocate for what?
Sex on the first night.
I'm an advocate for hot girls being with hot guys. I'm an advocate for that.
Okay. So, if it's meant to be, why aren't y'all together?
Who?
You and the guys who you've done it with on the first night.
We are together. We still fuck. They pay for my stuff. They fly me out, and they want to marry me. Like everybody.
They. You hear that? They. You're. Just call a spade and spade, man. You're for the streets. Like you are for everybody. It is scary to see in real life 4K. That's why I love these videos, man, because you really get a lot of insight of just random people that are just walking around every day. Because again, like I said earlier, they say you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but it's almost impossible to even judge them, honestly. You look and you just are left up to your imagination. I'm just seeing her walk down the street. Honestly, this fit isn't even that provocative. It's a white dress. She looks good. She's attractive. She has decent shape. She got a little cute makeup going. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking at her and thinking, oh, she's a thought. I'm genuinely not. But just holding a very simple conversation would reveal everything. And that's if she decides to show you that side of her. She's obviously out. She probably had a couple of drinks. So she's being open. You know, she sees the interview. So she's kind of like, fuck it. You know, I'll let the thoughts out. But, man, it's crazy.
They want to marry me, and they're all like, all right, when I get 26, I'm going to have this much money, and I'm going to ask her to marry me.
They multiple? Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to multiple guys at once, and they're all the same.
Okay.
They're all the same.
So how do you feel about them talking to multiple dudes then?
How do I feel? I mean, like, you know, like, if they talk to multiple dudes, who, those girls or me? Like, who you talking about?
The guys. If they talk to multiple girls.
If they talk to multiple girls, I mean, like, first of all, I ain't never had a nigga cheat on me. I don't never have a nigga cheat on me. Because you know what? I know how to play a nigga real good. You know, those comments since my daddy was a player, my mama was a player. That's point blank.
Hey, well, there we have our answer, bro. She had both of her parents in her life to some degree, but they influenced her in the worst of ways. Crazy.
You're just out here playing, guys.
I love to play. You know what I mean? Cats play. We love to play. We love that.
So when you want to settle down?
When do I want to settle down? I mean, like, probably when I'm like 50 years old, you know, and I'm
50? You're going to turn that corner way before 50, and you're going to be sad, alone, and burnt out. Pussy hot.
like, all right, guys, I'm kind of bored. I'm going to, like, have a wedding. You guys want to have it? You want me to go to Dubai? Like, what do you guys want? You know, this is, like, real Kim Kardashian vibes, you know, but she really boring, and I'm really lit.
Another episode of The Desirable Truth. Shout out to them for allowing us to react to this content. Make sure you guys go show love to the original video and content creators. Great stuff, great channel. But y'all let me know what y'all think about what we, reacted to today in the comments, man. It's a crazy world. I definitely spat off a bunch of knowledge today. The video was 20 minutes, but this recording is 44. So, I'm talking my shit. I said what I said. I'm curious to hear what y'all think. My name's Berto. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Binge the rest of the videos on the channel. And I'm out of here.
Where you at, Berto? I made this shit look too easy.